Hi everyone, this next part of NetOp I'm going to do as a two-parter because it is a little bit more complicated, however, I think extremely valuable. One of the comments I often hear from teachers is that I'm assigning work, students are working away, but they get distracted, and of course, YouTube then becomes an issue. So, I'd like to show you a way that you can use this tool to help limit your students' access. So far, the students have had down here where it says all allowed. We're actually going to change that. So this icon right here, it shows the world. It looks like planet Earth and a lock, and it's called filter web. I'm not going to click on that yet, and we will, but I want to do something else first. So over here on the far right, you can see there are three dots and it says more. If I click on that, I'm then going to come down to where it says configure filter web. Basically, I'm going to create a filter that will allow students to access specific things on their Chromebook, but not others. So if I click on configure filter web, I get this right here. So if you go in the first time, you're not going to have on the fly, and you're not going to have filter tests. You can just ignore those. What you'll have is Google productivity apps. And if I click on that, it shows 16 apps. These are all Google, right? Google Mail, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Google Maps, Google Docs, and so on and so on. Basically, anything Google related. So if the students are working, they're working on Google, which is often what we're doing. So if I now come and I click on this, and I click the word apply, that's great. I've now set up my filter so that the students can access Google, but not anything else. They can't access anything on the internet. So to put that in play, right now my student can still go anywhere. And to show that, I'm going to go on to Carter's page right here. I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to go to YouTube. If I click on it, it will open up YouTube videos. And I can see that on the screen here. You can see it's loading. And here it looks like League of Legends. I know that's small, but I don't really want to maximize it right now. So that's great. I'm now going to close that on his computer because I didn't turn the filter on. It still says all allowed. If I come and I click on now filter web, it's now turned on. Look what's happened. It now says limited access. He now, because in this section under configure web filter or filter web, I'm saying he can only use Google Apps. Now, okay, let's test that to show that it's true. I'm going to click on view. I'm going to make his page big, and I'm going to go over to his computer. So here I am at his computer off to the side, and I can see I'm in Google Docs. So I'm just typing away mumbo jumbo. I can go to his drive, which is great. Notice it was already open. But at the same time, I could click on Google Classroom and take a look. He's now in test classroom. Even if he goes out of it, it doesn't really matter. He could go to another classroom that I've used testing with him. So he can still work within Google. All right. If I go to his drive, I can go new and then create a slides document, for example. So that's all great. Everything Google is working at this point, at least from what was on my filter. If I come up to the top and I click on new tab, see how it says NetOp Vision Student Extension? He's trying to go onto the internet. It says, hi there, I'm taking a short vacation. Stay focused on your assignments. If he comes up and he's like, no, I want YouTube, and there's the video. I hit enter. It does not work. So he can't get anywhere on the internet right now. The only thing he can do is live in Google. So that sounds great. And all I had to do was click on that Google list that was already made and then add it. So that's great. What I'd like to show you now, one next piece. So let's just say I want him to see a video because he's going to do some work, and maybe it was on the provinces of Canada, that video I saw earlier. So if I now click on push a link, even though it's locked down, I'm going to paste that link in there. There it is. And when I hit push, we're going to watch his screen. I'm going to make his screen large again. So I've pushed a link. Oh, it blocked it. Hold on a second. What have I may have made a mistake here. That's good. Mistakes are good. Let's try this one more time. This time I'm going to do CNN.com. So I set up the link and I push it to him. See what it says down here at the bottom? The pushed link was added to the on-the-fly filter web. Okay, so, well, what does that actually mean? What that means is that now, up here on his computer, if he types in CNN, here, let me just close a couple of these tabs because he tried to open stuff. If he now clicks on a new tab and types in CNN.com, because I pushed that, CNN should be allowed, and it's locking me out. That's great. Okay, let's go back to my filter. What did I do wrong? I made a mistake. Oh, I didn't click on the fly. So I sent it to him, but I need to turn on the fly. My fault. That's good. You know what? Mistakes in videos are good. Now that I hit apply, that's a mistake I made. Now on his computer, look what happened. CNN is now open. Because I put the link in on the fly and I pushed it, he now has access to CNN. So anywhere on CNN, okay, here's Bernie Sanders raises 18.2 million. Great. He can get in the information from CNN because that's the website I put in. If he comes up to the top and tries to open YouTube again, let's go up to here, YouTube. We'll even pick a different video. He's still blocked. So the important thing to know, and I'm going to come back and make his screen small again. And if I went a little quick, remember, you can watch this over and over. When I went to configure filter web, this case I added on the fly, and on the fly is if I've pushed out links, I just put them in here, I turn that on, and they now have access to those sites, but those sites only. If I take this off and I hit apply, he will no longer have access to CNN. If he goes back to where CNN was, it's gone now. He has no access any longer. So this is a great way if you want them only focusing on Google, set it up so that it's just Google. If you would like to change the configuration so you can put in other, you can add to this case on the fly. There's another way to do this, but I'm going to save it for the next video because I don't want too much in this video.